What do you know? I guess the January curse doesn't affect every movie. Who would have thought? Bad Boys for Life. So the story of Bad Boys for Life is that somebody is going after very specific people and taking them out. And they also want Mike dead. And so it's just like, okay, well, we have to figure out who that is and why they want him dead. And along the way, they run into some issues. And through the entire thing, Mike and Marcus just kind of bad boy it up, you know? Now, I was a little nervous when I found out that this movie wasn't going to be made by Michael Bay, because the last two were like perfect examples of Michael Bay movies. They're what happens when you take Michael Bay, you give him infinite budget, no rules, and send him out. And I love those movies for that. But this movie is actually still got the same like core energy as the last two. And surprisingly, it's funnier. I think this is the funniest Bad Boys movie, and they've always been solid with the humor and comedy, but this one really takes it. And I'm not going to lie to you, since the last Bad Boys movie was from before Will Smith kind of lost his reputation as a respectable actor, I was a little bit worried to see whether or not he'd be phoning his performance in this movie, or would he, be able to tap into that raw Mike Lowrey energy. But he brought it. Martin Lawrence, who I was also concerned about, because he's been retired for 10 years before now, and they actually had to get him out of retirement to do this movie. I was concerned about his performance, but they both brought it with this the same passion that they had last time. And the running joke is, of course, that Martin Lawrence is out of shape at this point, but I mean, honestly, he was still pretty convincing. I don't know. What I was saying earlier, though, about this movie having heart, at a certain point in the story, something happens. I'm not going to say what it involves, but it's just it kind of changes the tone for the rest of the film. And it's like, hold on, you can do that? Wait, you can inject emotion into this kind of story and it works? I'm sorry, I thought Bad Boys was just dumb fun. I didn't realize that you could get real with it. And I actually really appreciated that. It kind of shows that Bad Boys is growing up, which, if they are actually going for a fourth movie, like I've heard they are, then we'll see if they can keep that rolling. There's also the squad of new kids in this group called Ammo. I like them all. All the characters are cool. But Vanessa Hudgens plays one of them. And every time she was on screen, I was just the slightest bit distracted. Because honestly, I forgot I had a crush on Vanessa Hudgens. I've had one since 2005 when the first High School Musical came out. And I was just like, yo, not even just her, also Rita. It's funny because the whole thing with Rita is that she's got history with Mike, but she's never been in the other movie. So it's just in the 15 years since the last movie, this is what happened. And I'm like, all right, okay. But just so that you don't think I'm some sort of monster, everyone in the movie is attractive. And I'm sure that there will be somebody in it that might distract you when you watch it. All right, so leave me alone. Point is, the action is still just as intense as the last movies. It's just as suspenseful in places. Like I said, it's even funnier. There's even some telephoto shots like it's from the old Bad Boys movie. It just really harkens back to that old Michael Bay spirit. And honestly, I think that is why this movie works as well as it does. I feel like if it were to lose its cinematic identity over the director change, it would have made the movie suffer a lot more. But because it still holds on to that same core idea and value system, I think that's why it works. And at the end of the day, Bad Boys for Life is worth watching and worth buying on Blu-ray, if you ask me, which I would hope you care about my opinion. You're here watching this video. But with every bit of that out of the way, Bad Boys for Life, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below and educate me. And as always, if you want more videos from me, click on the screen, brother. Click on the screen.